Hey everybody, so everybody's wondering about Sunshine. So in case you're wondering, Sunshine is the lead character in my new book, Sunshine and the Infamous Donut. And so I'm here in Southern Oregon. I'm going to do this one take. I got some notes because I don't want to edit because I don't have time for that. Who does, right? So basically, I figured, I'd start off telling you the origin of the book. And I was watching the National Geographic Channel. A little baby girl elk got separated from her family, crying, "Mommy!" And the mom stayed behind until she died from starvation, looking for the child who had got trampled. It was sad. So I was like, a family looking for their daughter. And then, sounds like a good idea for a book, right? And then later on, I'm in Northern California, and there was this particular grocery store that, the child, this is why I'm writing, a young audience book, because I had this little morning regimen of chocolate milk and donuts. So I happen to really like this glaze at this particular supermarket, and I was always talking about it. And then, so I had taken a picture and sent it to my family, but I had all these sunbeams coming down, so I was like, oh, Sunshine and the Infamous Donut. And then I was like, oh, that's a good name for a band. And then I was like, well, you know what? That's a good name for my book, right? So I wrote the book off the title, which, probably the first thing that, editor or literary agent, whatever, wants to change, I'm sure. But, and then later on, I found out, because I was like, infamous, that's like better than famous. And really, so I got the definition here of infamous: having a bad reputation, disreputable, notorious, unpleasant, or evil, widely known, especially for something scornful. Oh, so now I have to rewrite the book and figure out what's the problem with this donut. But I learned a new word, right? And then after I found out that, I had to change it up. So then I wrote the blurb. So I'm going to give you the blurb from the back of the book, because, why not, right? Obviously, I'm extremely prepared here. The blurb goes like this: Sunshine and the Infamous Donut. Jason Birch. That's me. Since ancient times, the world has waited for a hero and loathed the donut. Just what did this donut do? Why are people frightened to talk about it? Who is Sunshine, and what makes her so special? Separated from her family, even Sunshine herself has no idea, but nothing can stop her utterly charming quest for the truth. Magic and mystery fill her imagination and reality as she is unwillingly drawn into her worst nightmare. Lost and alone in a cruel yet beautiful world, looming forces draw nearer as her true destiny comes crashing down. Battles between love and evil erupt around her as the ultimate truth is revealed. So I don't know if you're supposed to put a little blurb or questions like that. I have no idea, but hey, so that's what, at the moment would be on the back of the book. So the whole book is written, and I'm in the developmental editing stage on chapter 16 out of 19, which I'm rewriting this chapter from a different point of view from one of the other characters for like a backstory, and pretty good little conglomeration of slowly, trickling out information. Here's one of these goobers now. Look at this girl here. This is Freya. So yes, I love dogs, and there's a cute little puppy in the novel Jammers. Let's see here. So basically, as soon as I figure out how, I'll get like a link or whatever it is to start the newsletter so everybody can be up to date and, share the information, I guess, or whatever. Here's kind of what I'm working on, in case, just wondering about the whole process, because, ooh, look at this up and coming author. We're writing a story right now because it hasn't happened. So I'm like telling you a story as it's going along. But if I learn stuff and can do stuff, then somebody else might follow, or it might just be interesting. Or maybe it's a year from now and you're a literary agent, stalking me on here, which lucky you. So, you know, like really, as soon as I figure out how to, you know, sign up for the newsletter, that'd be a good place for everybody to sign up. And, you know, I'm kind of working on the very beginning. I really want to get the beginning polished, you know, like not be telly at all, be showy or whatever. And I'm also trying to, you know, this part of the whole social media aspect, you know, the YouTube and the, you know, having to make an author website and all this stuff, when really I just want to be working on the book. But, you know, I have to do all this stuff because people are going to wonder, you know, what's going on in this digital age that we live in, right? You know, so, you know, I need to research maybe some author groups and see what more I can get in. But for now, this is what's going on. And so there's a long way to go on the book, but it's so good. It's so good that, you know, you get that rush writing it, like you almost can't even get it on the page fast enough. You know, I had to get up and dance a couple times just because it's so good. Like if you're a good author, I guess you know what I'm saying. It's just like, it's so good, you know. So you have that impatient aspect, but you know, I'm gonna start documenting the process. And yeah, Sunshine Infamous Donut, sign up for the newsletter and stay in touch.